So
Eddie sent a video today of a guy who said that Kyler Murray was better than Brock Purdy.
This other podcast, who I don't even know the name, but I give love to other podcasts. We're not the only show in town. We're the best show in town, but not the only show in town. And he went down the list. These guys, a group of guys, they all went down the list, and they went down the list of who they have.
CJ Stroud was on that list.
And they got to 14 quarterbacks.
CJ Stroud was one of them, Eddie.
You rather have...
Yes, 100%.
Brock Purdy than CJ Stroud.
Are you kidding?
Are you
oh
serious?
My God.
Stroud has played 4 games.
4 fucking games.
He's like the same age.
Dude, the guy's played 4 games, Eddie.
Exactly, so they're the same age, and I get one with more experience.
Dude, look at the roster that CJ has. Look at his receiving.
Don't do that. That doesn't matter.
You have to. I'd rather have Brock Purdy than CJ Stroud.
Yes.
If you're on a field, if you're at McCracken Park right here, right, and you're picking, you're picking Brock Purdy and not CJ Stroud as a better quarterback.
Yes.
Come, Rafa. No.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Stop it.
Yes, I am.
Why? How?
Because he's undefeated in the regular season.
Who's more talented?
Dude, there's plenty of guys that are more talented.
No. Who is more talented? CJ Stroud or Brock Purdy?
Brock Purdy's 10-0.
He won't answer the question. He won't ask. Can I?
Lamar's more talented than a lot of the other guys. He's not better than them.
Oh my God, Lamar with the 49ers? Oh my God.
What, would they go undefeated?
Maybe. Wouldn't work.
Would they go undefeated? Would they not lose any fucking games?
Maybe.
Lamar would fumble.
Dude, guess what? The Niners haven't lost any games that Brock Purdy has played in a complete game.
That's not true.
Yes, it's true.
In a complete game.
Of course. He left the game when they were losing 7-0.
Yeah.
He left that game.
You won't answer the question, though.
He's not more... talent is different than...
I asked you, would you rather have...
100%. I'd rather have Brock Purdy. If you put their resumes on the thing, 10-0 and 2-2, and you add 2 playoff games, he's fucking 12-0.
I'm not asking about resumes. I'm asking if I'm choosing, if I'm in my draft, and I'm the GM, and Brock Purdy... Or CJ Stroud.
Well, Brock Purdy was obviously the last pick of the draft. But if you would have taken Tom Brady out of college, you would have never picked him over fucking Drew Bledsoe. Nobody would have.
Do not compare Brock Purdy to freaking Tom Brady.
Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick who didn't fucking play. Yes, I'm saying
Tom Brady was an amazing quarterback. He was
a 6th-round pick.
It doesn't. I don't even care that Brock Purdy is picked where he was picked. But my point is that CJ Stroud is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy. That's my point.
That's your opinion. You have 0 facts to prove that. 0, none, not fucking 1.
4 games.
4 games. The guy's played 4 games.
I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. It's hard to back you up on this.
Odie says that you don't know what a good quarterback looks like, Eddie.
So you should say,
Odie.
If you're showing someone, they don't know anything about football, you're showing them football for the first time, and you put a Purdy game and a CJ Stroud
game. Guys, you can't go on pure looks because there's 6'10" black dudes that walk around Vegas, and you fucking wonder how the fuck that guy's not in the NBA. He's walking around Vegas in the middle.
I'm not looking at pictures of him.
Brock Purdy to me is Trent Dilfer.
That is an absurd comment. That is an absurd comment.
He's a game manager. He's a game manager.
Eddie, the guy's 8th in yards, and he's #1 in passer rating and in QBR. Game managers don't do that.
Gino Torretta also won the Heisman.
That Jason White did too, and so did Charlie Ward. He went to play basketball. The Heisman at that time was a ridiculous award.
It still is.
There you go then.
Zach said you put Sam Howell in the 49ers, and it's the same record.
Thank you.
Zach, you watched the game last night? How dare you say that?
Ooh,
Zach, how dare you say that? No, that is the dumbest fucking comment ever. Whoever this Zach guy is, sorry, bud. You need to go and rewatch that game last night. Sam, how the fuck is he in the NFL? That's what it should be.
I just want to see Sam down 17 in the second half, pass the ball 21 times, and win the game on his arm.
That's what you want to see Brock Purdy do.
Yes. Then I will take a pie.
This is the difference. This is the difference. That's Brock Purdy in the first half doesn't throw 2, 3, 4 interceptions. Doesn't have bad decisions on 3rd down. Those decisions that he makes, That's the reason they're not down 17-0. They may have a great fucking roster, but they don't get down like that. Last year, in the Raider game, when the Raiders scored all over their ass against that defense, Brock Purdy scored 37 points to win that game.
On the Raiders' defense.
It doesn't matter. He was still down to an NFL team. They weren't down, but he still had to put up the numbers. He doesn't make the mistakes to get his team down like Trevor Lawrence, like CJ Stroud. Yes, I said Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, but what my point is, sorry to interrupt, put Trevor Lawrence with Shanahan in that system.
Dude,
I think they're the same.
What is their record? He's undefeated. You could put Patrick Mahomes on the fucking team. They were undefeated until that man got hurt.
I think all those quarterbacks would be undefeated as well. That's all I'm saying.
So there you go then. So Brock Purdy is as good as all those dudes then. Eddie,
no, I think those other guys are more talented.
Eddie, that is a ridiculous statement for you to. You cannot say, oh, well, if he was on this team. Oh, if he was on that team. If Terry Bradshaw was on any other team, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
Terry Bradshaw called his own freaking plays like a G.
Yeah, and he threw for 130 yards.
He also said that in Vegas, he said Tom Brady equals Brock Purdy, and he said he makes plays and throws. Watch the game. That's coming.
Dude, he made some great throws last week.
I saw some. He does have some good throws. He also is off target sometimes. I've seen it.
You're talking about that one throw to Kittle. I know you are.
Well, that one sticks out in my head. I'm not gonna lie.
Wasn't he like 20 of 21 last week?
Dude, and because it's all screen passes.
17
Bro,
of
he
19.
dropped no, it was like 20 of 21.
That was
a
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Dude, he dropped the ball downfield to Ayuk for like 40 yards in the air. I had this whole conversation with my buddy Mike, who's the same as Eddie. Oh, if he was on the Cowboys, he wouldn't be this and that and blah, blah. I said, if Dak was on the Niners, would they be undefeated? Well, I don't know. Well, then if you don't know that, then Dak's not better than him.
You don't think Dak is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy?
Bro, the thing about Brock Purdy is that you forget the 21, 22, 23 times that he's throwing, he doesn't put his team in bad spots. That's the thing. The way you're thinking of him is like Ben Roethlisberger, his rookie season, where he came in there and he
had two options: throw here or throw here,
or not throw the ball. There were games where Pittsburgh was winning and he was throwing the ball 13 times, 14 times. Like pull it up.
No, for sure. That's
not Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is only averaging 254 yards a game. Guess how many Mahomes averages? A little bit less.
Listen, when they're watching film in the film room, everyone's pissing down their leg because of fucking CMC. They're not thinking, we got to stop Brock Purdy.
So now, dude, the man does not make mistakes. There's no doubt. You cannot take that away from him.
They're game planning not against Brock Purdy.
So he's a glorified game manager.
Glorified game manager. Did Garoppolo go undefeated with the Rams?
All he did was win,
with the
Niners?
They said. Oh. All they did was win, but he wasn't undefeated.
He wasn't undefeated.
His man is 12-0 in games he's completed. He started and completed. He's 12-0. 2 of the games were playoff games. Don't take that shit away from him because you guys have quarterbacks on your team that aren't fucking any good. That's just the bottom line.
But you just said the same stat that applies to a quarterback that's not good, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G on that team was supposedly so good, right? But he wasn't 12-0. Shanahan hasn't won a Super Bowl. The quarterback whisperer, he whispered to Trey Lance that he was good. That motherfucker was garbage. Shanahan was so good, why couldn't Trey Lance do it?
Shanahan came out and said, listen, I made a mistake.
Who was a quarterback before Trey?
Who was a quarterback before Trey?
The year before, who was a quarterback for the Niners? Odie should know that.
Who was was it Mullins?
Nick Mullins.
Was it Nick Mullins?
Was he undefeated? Bro, the guy is 12-0, man.
Stop it with the 12-0.
That is huge.
Huge.
That is a huge thing.